Hey guys, this is Miss Arlequin, and this is a quick revision tip. I noticed that in a lot of people's introductions, in the middle sentences where you are introducing your text titles and the author's names, and maybe just giving a little summary of the text, I noticed that a lot of these sentences are being written in a really clunky kind of way. What I mean by that is you're starting out your sentence correctly. You're starting it out by saying the title of the story or the text you're writing about, and then the author's name. And by habit, you're always including the word by. I think this is where a lot of times people are coming into trouble. You feel like you have to use the word by when you mention the author's name, which is fine. You can do that. But the way that you're phrasing the title and the author does not match with how you then continue the rest of the sentence. So listen to what this example sounds like. In the poem Democracy by Sarah Holbrook was about how the government couldn't help the people who need help. I'm sure you noticed that the second I was done with the author's name and I got into the actual verb of the sentence was that it just didn't flow. In the poem Democracy by Sarah Holbrook was about. Okay, the poem was about. So if we actually took the author's name out and we said in the poem Democracy was about, it's still not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Another one of the problems is starting with the word in. Again, you could start with the word in, but in this case, it's not flowing with the verb. You could make it sound much better if you do the poem Democracy was about. Perfect. Now, of course, this might not be the best solution. This is only one way to revise a sentence because by doing this, we've taken the author's name out. What if we want to have the author's name in there, though, because we want to mention who wrote this text? This is the introduction. We're introducing the author. So another way to revise it would be to take the in out and say the poem Democracy by Sarah Holbrook, and was is not good, we want to use the present tense, is about how the government couldn't help. Or one final way, we could have done the poem Democracy, or no, let's keep the word in the poem Democracy and take by out and say Sarah Holbrook and change the verb. Instead of was, make it writes. In the poem Democracy, Sarah Holbrook writes about how the government. So that's 3 different ways that you can revise this and make it flow better. So really, how do you catch this? You got to reread your writing. And especially, possibly, reading it aloud. When you read something aloud, you can really hear that something just doesn't sound right.